Hi everybody, J7409 here with you. Time to check out the tropical forecast. We're looking right now, of course, as you can see, this goes east and it's in the geo color. You can see all these little cloud tops coming off the coast of Africa, but I don't think they're going to materialize into anything. Not as of right now anyway, as they head over this way. And of course, it's kind of hard to see, but over in this area, this is the United States, and you can see all the cloud tops to the rain that's going to be happening off and on today, up and down from all the way probably Vermont, Maine, down to Florida. It's hard to believe we have 120 days left of hurricane season. This map shows you a little better. You can see the storms coming off of Africa here. You can actually see how they're building, some trying to get a little stronger. Over here, here's all this rain and stuff going on. Other than that, it's out here that we get all the action when it comes to things developing right now. But I wouldn't let my guard down quite yet. I have a feeling that probably by the end of this month, we may see something developing over in our area and neck of the woods. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying I think there is a good probability of it. So let's move right along. And here we have the Sahara dry air mass map in motion. It's on the 2nd of August now. It will go through the 2nd, but as you see, it starts out on July 31st and moves across. Now, all the little storms that were popping off, going through the monsoon trough, as you can see down in this area, they are being affected by this dry air. Remember me telling you, in August, coming up now in a little bit, this big blob, it should start to dissipate. Here's the way you measure it. You can see it for yourself. If it's in the yellow, that is less dry air. Okay, if it gets to the pink, that's when it's really saturated. There's not any of that up there now, but there is enough of the red and the orange to have effect on these systems that are coming off the coast of Africa. But as you can see, this is beginning to lift and deteriorate slowly but surely. So we're going to wait and see what happens 2 or 3 weeks from now with these things popping off of Africa. What's the sea temperatures like for today? Well, let's check it all out. I've kind of zoomed out so you can see everything going on everywhere. Let's check off the coast down here where these little storms keep popping off the coast of Africa. And let's see what the water temp is looking like. Looking like it's pretty warm at this point. 82 degrees. Yeah, that is enough to make some storms happen, that's for sure. And that is moving right on along, as you can see, as we go up right on into the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. And the Gulf's temperatures, what are they looking like? 88 degrees. Prime. Just prime territory for the development of storms if they come our way. And this is going right on up my coast also. It starts to get a little cooler as you get up around the DC, Jersey area. It's a little cooler up here, looking like 77 degrees, but it could downgrade something if something were to pop up, but they'd probably still get some effects from a tropical system at least. Right off of my coast over here, let's see what we got, 83 degrees. So that's what the water temperatures are looking like today through the Caribbean, off the coast of Africa, up into the Gulf, and further up the U.S. coastline. Now, as we check in with the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida, for the Atlantic and all out in these areas, we have nothing, zilch, absolutely nothing going on for the next 5 days. In the eastern North Pacific, it's a whole nother story. We've got Hurricane Hector out here. He turned into a hurricane overnight. He was a tropical depression yesterday, and now this morning Hector is a Category 1 With minimum sustained winds of 85 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure is 987 millibars. And if you're tracking Hector, he's located at 14.2 north, 124.6 west, and Hector is moving west at around 14 miles per hour. Now we have disturbance number 1. Not really looking for this to do too much because I think disturbance number 2 is going to overtake it. But let's check out and see what it says. Disorganized showers and thunderstorms centered several hundred miles southwest of Mexico. It's associated with a tropical wave, and the environmental conditions appear marginally conducive for gradual development of the system during the next few days as it moves generally westward across the tropical eastern Pacific. By early next week, proximity to the other low pressure system could limit further development of this disturbance. It has a 10% chance in 2 days, 30% in 5 days of turning into something. Now, disturbance number 2. This is what's going on with it. Now, it's an area of disturbed weather, and it's formed several hundred miles south of the Gulf of Mexico there, and the environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for development, and a tropical depression is likely to form early next week while it moves west-northwestward off the coast of Mexico. In 2 days, very low, 10%. 5 days, very high, 80%. And I do think that this will turn into something. Let's go check out right quick what their tracking map of Hector is looking like for future days. Still not real sure, excuse me, whether Hector will have a lot of effect on Hawaii or not. We see that Hector is going to turn by Sunday into a major hurricane. This was not showing up yesterday at all. It just had it as a hurricane. Well, today it's a whole new ball of wax, folks. See how these things go poof, blow up? Well, it's a major hurricane by Sunday, major hurricane Monday, major hurricane Tuesday. Okay, up in this area we got Hawaii. Now the cone has kind of took a little swivel, okay? I still think the majority of Hector will go south of Hawaii. We'll have to wait and see what happens. We'll go check out something else right quick. Okay, this is the European model. It's set for today around 11 a.m. Over here, we have the islands of Hawaii. Okay, here we have Hector blowing around. I've got it zoomed down so you can see everything. So let's just go ahead and move it up to around Monday at 7 a.m. And we'll see what happens. Here's Hector right here. Here's this other system that's beginning to form. This is Hector. So we'll move it up to 1 a.m. Tuesday the 7th. Let's see where Hector goes. Hector is still here. This other system is still beginning to build. We have a big low pressure off the coast up here. Let's go to midnight Wednesday. Let's see if Hector goes under. Well, it still hasn't got there. Let's move on over. We need to keep an eye out for our friends over in Hawaii. So we'll go to around Thursday morning, which will be the 9th. And Hector is looking like he's going to stay south. Thank goodness, thank you, Jesus, of the islands of Hawaii. Now, this can still vary off track a little bit here and there, but I think this is probably what it is going to do. You know, they may get some rain in Hawaii from it. They may not. They may get a little beach erosion. They may not. We'll have to wait and see. But for the hurricane itself, as of today, the 2nd of August, it's looking like probably it's going to go south. This one's going to form and go off the coast and up and out. Then we have this other low up here. It still hasn't developed into anything. And rain still going on from, my goodness, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, Tennessee, all around in this area right in here. Still got the rain coming down, and up north also with a system up there. And when it comes to Hector, there are no coastal watches or warnings anywhere in effect right now for Hector. This is what I've already told you here. The general motion is expected to continue just like it is for the next few days. The maximum sustained winds have increased to 85, and they have higher gusts, okay? And the additional strengthening is forecast during the next few days, as we saw, as Hector turns into a major hurricane. As of now, the hurricane force winds are extending outward 15 miles from the center, and tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 60 miles. And there are no hazards affecting land or no forecast for that at this time. So that's a tropical update for today. Everybody stay safe. I got my eyes on everything. You better believe if I see anything at all, I'll put it up. I'm still thinking around the end of the month, there might be a tropical storm threat somewhere around the panhandle of Florida or Mobile, Alabama, New Orleans, Louisiana. There might be. I'm not saying this is going to come true, okay? I'm saying there might be. And then also, the end of the month, there may even be a hurricane threat around Texas. It's not written in stone, so don't go saying, well, J7409 said we were going to have a hurricane. I said it might happen, because the Gulf right now has a lot of things going on for it that have all the ingredients of anything at all pops up there. And with all the Saharan dry air beginning to thin out and move up in these little systems, I mean, they pop off like popcorn every day. You saw them. It doesn't stop hardly at all. If one of them slips up into that area, I have a feeling something may come of it. We'll have to wait and see. I hope I'm totally wrong, but that's what I'm thinking. So with all that said and done, I love you guys. I'll keep my eyes on everything. If anything were to develop anywhere, I'll be sure and let you know. And if it doesn't, well, that just means we've been blessed. So with that all said and done, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, click the bell. Make sure you get all the latest in weather news, forecast watches, warnings, and tropical weather. Have yourself a good day, a great day, a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys.